Alrighty, so Cliff is a very, very symmetrical map. This should not take very long at all. Everything that I say for one side of the map will either be mentioned very shortly after about the other side, or it will be the exact same and won't be mentioned at all. So, when coming this way, I'm going to briefly sum things up and talk about the 1-2 line right here. There is no reason for a fight to be going on here to where tanks move up to G1-2 or D1-2 and just sit there. Absolutely no reason. If you want to shoot at people, you big heavy TDs, just simply move over to J5 or K5, whatever, sit there and shoot them as they are exposing themselves to cap or take out your arty. Same thing with this side. Just sit back over here or sit over here somewhere and shoot them as they expose themselves. There's no reason for this, you know. I don't even know what game to call that. Half the time by the battle is over, it's, you know, they're still brawling over here. Yeah. Alright, so from the focal point of this whole area is the donut area up here in the EF line and this whole fight over here. So we're going to start from the east, work our way. So, over on this direction, right over here, back there on that hill, in this back area, I've seen some sneaky TDs like Stritzvons and Waffle, Alphanza Fears and stuff. They'll go back there, snipe. They're pretty effective for defending this location or in this area. They're pretty good at getting shots there. This is the heavy area. This is where the heavy should be going when there is artillery on this map. You should be going over here, fighting the back portion of this cliff. This is a central focal point that apparently people have been ignoring now because they think it doesn't matter. I'm sorry, it still does matter. If the enemy teams finds out you didn't send people around here, they're just going to swing around and flank you. It doesn't matter. If you're a heavy tank or something that has gun depression, like a Chieftain, you know, swing, or, you know, even a Kronvon to an extent maybe, you can swing down under here onto this ridge line and, you know, use this and get some flank shots. The only problem with that is you've just opened yourself up to getting shot up top, and I will cover the cliff area there in a second. It is, to an extent, offers no tactical advantage, but at the same time offers a ton of tactical advantage. So, but yeah, so from pushing this side, it's simple. This is a brawl fest. That's really all it is. You guys should know how to brawl and push them. Pushing around here, there'll be some TDs back here along these buildings. I've occasionally seen artillery back here on this ridge, so try and clear them out. Enemy artillery will always be over here. North side artillery will always be over here, or they'll be pushed up on the left, that little divot right there on A5 there on the left of the grid square. Getting to this hill area right here. This area here, for both sides, mediums or tanks like the Chieftain, or pretty much any heavy tank that has gun depression, E5s, Chieftains, medium tanks that have gun depression. This is a good, this area you can go. Light tanks I've seen, they push up here, very low profiles. I've seen a T100 LT come right here, just hide behind this bush. He will get lit eventually once they get close enough, but it's a good place, initial spots with these bushes right here. This is another brawl fest here for the tanks with gun depression. If there is artillery, you still got to be on your toes if there's artillery, but this is still a brawl area for these tanks. If there is no artillery, and I have seen this done a crap ton of times, is if there is no artillery, all these tanks from the 9 line will just brawl right in this 4 square right here. They will just brawl right here, and they'll brawl, you know, they'll shift the brawl to this area right here. This whole, you know, everything here within these squares that I've just mentioned, this becomes a heavy tank brawl area. Just, yeah. If no artillery is there, they'll just brawl in those 6 to 8 squares, no problem. If there is artillery and the tanks without gun depression are fighting over here, you're open to just getting shot by artillery, because really the only way to try and safely flank the enemy team, flank the tanks over here with no gun depression, is to swing around over here. But you have just opened yourself up to all their TDs that are over here on behind the buildings. Yes, expose yourself. It's a good idea. It's all about, it's really, the focal point about it is always the 9 line. The 9 line's a key flanking area. These over here are key control points, because over here those 2 control points allow you to get shots on the cliff, and I will show you that now. So getting up here from the south side. South side adds it a little bit better. Light tanks, medium tanks. I do this, every blue moon now. I do this where I come up here and in my Action X, I just hug this little cliff area, and I can climb. I might take a shot. I might take a shot or two, but I can get up here relatively without getting blasted by everything under the sun. Come up here. This is what I mean by it's a very important position, but not very important. You got to come up here, get rid of the light tanks that have come up here. That will happen. If you get a bat chat or a couple auto-loading light tanks up here, you probably just lost it unless you put equal numbers or guns up here. But too many guns up here and you take away from the fight. Up here, you got to be careful along this ridge. You can get some good side shots down on those tanks there, but you got to worry about falling down. This is what I mean. You can get shots on all those tanks that have went down on this ridge. From this side, heavy tanks should not be coming down here on this ridge, because they will get exposed, and it's a lot steeper on the far side here, and it does not work. I've never seen the south spawn push this bottom ridge very effectively. Of course, this whole thing on this side of the road is a heavily contested point and should remain in everyone's memory that there will be tanks over here. This area, when you're spotting tanks up here, this is what I mean. It becomes not important. You've pretty much singled yourself off from the rest of the fight. Once the fight has been cleared over here, you might, and all the TDs over there or over here on this side have been cleared out, and the fight remains on the one line of all those tanks that didn't listen or didn't see this video and have decided to stay over here and fight. You've put yourself out of the fight. There is no reason to stay up here. Absolutely no reason to stay up here. Again, it's good for initial spots. It's good for getting assisted damage and helping artillery out, but once it's halfway through the battle, there is no point in staying here. Alright, so getting up here from the south side does not have the same luxury as, no, the north side. Getting up here from the north side. Confusing myself already. North side does not have the same luxury as the south side when it comes to getting up here. So, come up here, light tanks, fast tanks that get up here. When you get up here, coming this way, both sides you expose yourself twice. Both sides expose themselves twice. Once right there, second time right here. The north side exposed themselves longer. See this open spot? I just got shot in the butt, and I'm trapped, and I'm still getting shot. Still getting shot. If I'm and I'm safe. Numerous times I've seen tanks from the north side try and get up here, and they've lost half their hit points getting up here, and then they just lose the fight, because once the tanks see that he has half their hit points, they just push on him. So, looking back over to this section, these two, why I mentioned as to why these are key positions. Central, could you go over there and demonstrate why those are key positions to getting shots over here? So,
the tank destroyer sniping spot.
No, yeah, you can't see my squares. My pings. E3, E and F3 over there, just by, like, coming out of the bowl. Those are key positions. Heavy tanks and stuff, if they get there and they aren't dealt with, they will have shots on you when you go to peek on the tanks over here. So, same side over there. So, I don't know which side Central will be on. Yep, so he's over there on that side.
I'm popping.
So I'll be on the same. Okay, you're spotting on the other side. All right, cool. So here I am. I spawned from the north. I am shooting the tanks from the south. Oh, hey, look, I'm shooting. Oh, hey, he's over there. Let me shoot. Yep, I just got spotted. He's back over there, but, you know, he only moved over there just to spot me. But, hey, look, I'm completely exposed. Sure, I could shoot him. I could shoot at him. But all those tanks over there that are hidden there on that ridge, I am exposed to everything. Artie would just land on me. It does not matter. I will just get dunked on by everything. You are heavily exposed here. If you do not have gun depression, do not come up here. Whatever you do, do not come up here. If you're in an IS-7, do not come up here. A62A, do not come up here.
I've seen you force go up there. Don't go up there.
Oh my God. Don't go. No, don't go up here if you're an ED4. Unless it's the last tank of the game and he's up here cowering away. Don't come up here. Just don't. You can get off really quickly though from the and I always enjoy doing this. You can get off really quickly on the south side, just like that. Just get right off the hill. Now,
right side's a little bit more bumpier to do that.
Yeah, a little bit more bumpier. Now, I mean, again, you're clearing off the side there. You know, let's say there's tanks still over there on this side. You know, you got side shots all over here. You got side shots. You know, some tanks will hide behind these rocks, but they're stuck there now because they're getting shot from 2 different directions. Or one direction, if your team was smart and didn't put anyone over there in the town. Going basis on the fact that maybe the TDs are over here on this side camping. You know, you're going to have to come around and deal with these guys right here. Like I said, hey, look, you have just... That was a little too loud even for me. Hey, look, you just have shots on everyone crossing to get to your base. Where Cantrell's at, that's where artillery tends to be found.
Normally a Walker Tiger or a Hash Barn, if they're last tank, they'll hide in that big shoes as well. Yeah.
They will. There is a nice little sneaky spot for light tanks to get to. Not used that often because Artie will land on them. The bowl over here is just a fight. It's just fight night over here in the bowl. Whoever gets into the bowl has essentially won the bowl, and there is no getting them out unless your team wins the rest of the map. So that light tank position I'm talking about, if a light tank is able to get back here, yeah. See, a light tank's able to get back here. Ooh, hey, look, nice little sneaky spot for him to get up over here. He's able to safely get side shots on anyone up there, and then he can duck right here behind cover. Obviously, this doesn't work for me because I'm in a big Action X. Oh, hey, look, he can just roll up here, get some shots, and then he's right back down. It's fancy spot. Whole area, this bowl area, you know, whoever wins this side. So if the south side wins and they push up there, they've won the bowl. They can safely push their tanks up into this area and get on this flank or get on this flank and just deal with tanks that are in the way. If the north side goes, they'll go right here, and same situation. They can get on this side, that side, it doesn't matter. And if your team wins the bowl, if the enemy team wins the bowl, but your team wins the rest of the map, just come over here, start shooting them in the butt. It's not hard. You've just pincer maneuvered them. Yeah, I just failed at grammar right there. Pincer maneuvered. So pincered them, whatever. Yeah, you get the idea. This map is very symmetrical, relatively balanced. I don't need to cover much of anything else, really. I don't know. Did I cover it? Did I pretty much cover it all?
Pretty sure everything's covered.
Okay. Yeah, there's nothing. There's no secret, you know, positions. It's the main areas are the 9 line, the 5-6 line. He just committed Saboku again. I don't even know if that's the right term, but I think it is. But yeah, that sums it up. This was Cliff, again assisted with me with Central.
Indeed.
Any other questions regarding the maps? Feel free to ask them down in the comments, or if there's another position that you feel that I might have missed, feel free to comment them down in the comment section. As with all the other map walkthrough videos, I will try and respond to them. But, yeah, that sums up Cliff. Thanks for watching.